Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast. I'm your host Ben Blackman, and today we're going to be talking about getting back to the basics with Facebook ads. Here comes episode 101. Facebook Ads with a Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Welcome everybody to episode 101, and I was really thinking a lot about what I wanted to do over the next several episodes, and I really feel like I want to get back to the basics. So on episode 100, I kind of wanted to show you what's possible, or kind of go through what's possible, but really it all starts with the basics and having a fundamental understanding of what works with Facebook ads and how to do them. I don't want to say properly, because there's all kinds of exceptions, right? I mean, there's all kinds of people who will say, well, I did it this way or that way or whatever. So it's not really one size fits all. And so there are some things that are what we call best practices and that kind of thing. And so I sort of want to kind of talk about that. But over time, Facebook ads have become more complicated and they've become less complicated at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to have this back to the basics series, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute. But just to kind of give you an idea of what I mean by more complicated and less complicated, what happens is Facebook will give you more options a lot of times, and sometimes they'll take away options. Most of the options that they add, or the features, they aren't, entirely effective or measurably effective for most people with ad budgets under, say, $5,000 or $10,000 a month. And so if you're not spending that, then most of those changes, you don't have to worry about them. All right. What I mean is that they'll put out these tools, but the tools only help if you can spend enough money to make them help, if that makes sense. And so for a lot of people, you want to just focus on the big changes, not the little ones. In other words, a 0.01% difference in your click-through rate is not going to make the difference for the person that's spending $20 a day, right? But the person that's spending, $2,000 a day, yeah, that is going to make a difference. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. So don't get caught up in those things, and don't get sucked up into the hype of adding new features all the time. Stick to the simplest things, because those mostly work. So when in doubt, keep it simple. Okay. And one example might be just, you can show your Facebook ads, you can have the placements show them all kinds of different places on apps, and you can have them show on Instagram, and maybe that's where your audience is, and that's fine. But your best bet is to usually just keep it simple and just show it in the Facebook news feed and see if you can make it work there. Okay, and just because Facebook recommends something doesn't make it good for all advertisers, and that's kind of where I'm going. So that being said, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the Back to Basics series. Okay, and so here's kind of what I'm going to cover starting on the next episode. And then I'm going to kind of go through the other episodes and what I'm going to cover on each of those. So the first one, or the next episode, as it were, is we're going to talk about audience research, right, and our offer. And so, and that's where everything really starts, right? Facebook ads, they don't start with, hey, I think I can sell this, let me input an ad. I'm sure people make money doing that sometimes, but more often than not, that's not a good plan, right? You want to do audience research so you understand the audience that you're going to be going after. And if you listen to the next episode, I have a great analogy for people who tend to think that they are their own audience, right? And they don't do audience research, or not very good audience research. So you definitely want to check out the next episode if that's who you are. But anyway, so your audience research might be, who are they? What are they thinking? Can you reach them on Facebook? Who do they follow? What are they into? And then, we're going to talk about the offer that you would make to them, what that would look like. And I'll give you an example on that episode. After that, the following episode, we're really going to talk about the purpose of our ad and our funnel, or our sales process, and what we're trying to get them to do, because our sales funnel is going to dictate how we want to set up the ads. Okay, and so I'll give you an example there too. I'm going to give you examples throughout all this. The next episode is going to be on budgeting, and I know I talk about budgeting on different episodes, but we're going to talk about it again and make sure we're all on the same page with that, because it's like I always say, you don't want to spend your grocery money on Facebook ads. That's just probably not a good plan. Then the episode after that, we'll talk about tracking, how to set that up, what tracking really means, why it's important to have good tracking. Is it even necessary though, or is it not? Right? The episode after that, we'll talk about creative, like ad copy, images. We'll talk a little bit about video, or why not video, that kind of thing. And then we'll kind of get into some nitty-gritty stuff about ad input, about the campaign, ad sets, ads, that kind of thing. And then each of the next 3 episodes we'll talk about those in detail. And then the last one on the series is going to talk about evaluation, metrics, and other best practices. And so that's kind of what I'm going to go through with this whole thing. Now, that all being said, I realize that, I know you guys have plenty of y'all have contacted me to say that that you want more videos and stuff, and I get it. I just try to make this as easy on me as possible. Maybe that's kind of selfish, but I have been listening to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create videos for the ones of these episodes that are applicable, and I'm going to put them all out at once. So you can join the wait list, or depending on when you're listening to this, it may already be ready for you. But you can join the wait list to get these videos for free. Okay, I'll put them together, put them in one place, so you don't have to go hunting for them or try to figure out where they are or whatever. They'll all be in one place. And again, it's totally for free. It's just if you think that it might help you, but you'll go to marketingwithatwang.com/basics. Okay, so marketingwithatwang.com/basics. And like I said, you'll be able to join the wait list right there. And as soon as it comes out, I will, send you out. Either I'll probably have some little login or something like that, so you can take a look at them or whatever, and you'll get them right away. And of course, again, depending on when you're listening to this, they may already be available. So, all right, that's it. I will see you guys on the next episode, and we're going to be talking about audience research and your offer. So, see you on episode 102.